Now, so far we brought you the history of the brand, history of the Gold Star. We've even taken a look at the greatest Gold Stars of India and brought you up close and personal with the brand new Gold Star 650. So now, let's meet a few vintage BSA enthusiasts.
Hi, I am Shalaila Nalla Seth and I own a 1955 BSA Gold Star DB34.
Hi, my name is Shiraz Jinwala and I own a 1960 BSA Gold Star DB32.
Hi, I'm Zarius Zend. I own a 1959 BSA Gold Star DBD34.
I am Ruben Solomon. I have a 1954 BSA Gold Star and also a 1956 BSA Gold Star.
My name is Siddhesh Metkar and I own few BSAs.
Then find out whether or not they are excited with the brand's arrival in India and their fond memories with their prized possessions.
Because I inherited from my father.
One of the main reasons, there's a lot of racing history to it, there's a lot of different variants of models and everything, but one thing which has been common that I feel is the reliability of the machine. Because amongst all the other British bikes that we've seen over the years, may it be a 1952, 56, 60, whatever, they've been very reliable. I mean, if I had to even take a Gold Star and go from Bombay to Lonavala, Pune, whatever, I would still be more comfortable than doing it on any of the other old bikes.
Well, I do feel in the race segment, when it comes to vintage motorcycles, especially English machines, I think the BSA Gold Star was the top machine. And that's why I've always aspired to own it, and I'm very happy that I do own one now.
BSA that way is one of the oldest companies of this thing, and it is one of my passion to own a BSA Gold Star like this. A Gold Star is a brand of engineering. It's a very simple bike to work on and it's a non-failure.
Any British bike enthusiast, collector should and will have a BSA in his stable. So something like that. BSA has a wide range starting from, let's say, 125cc to 1000 V-twin, and they were one of the biggest, largest motorcycle manufacturers at that time. They have seen the golden era.
The Gold Star has a history. It started off with my dad getting this bike back in the early 2000s. Well, it was his dream to get this bike restored. In the UK, where this bike actually was restored from its previous owners. And well, I think I had to live up to that dream of getting this bike on road and making it one of the best Gold Stars in the country.
What really makes it unique is that there are very few 350s. There are a lot of 500s around, and there are very, very few 350s. And this one was also owned by a very legend racer at one point. And I've been very fortunate that after he passed away, somehow I could manage to trace his son, and fortunately his son was willing to sell it because he's not in the country, and that's how I got the bike.
Well, it is the DBD34, which is the top of the line model. They did take about 20 years in R&D, from improving the suspension to improving the bore stroke to improving the carburation and etc. And the final model that they did produce was the DBD34, and that's why it's so special.
Yes, actually they are built in such a, I have worked so hard on them. Basically, if you see a British motorcycle, they are quite heavy in weight. So if you see, there are some things which I have reduced the weight of the parts on that.
I have restored it by my hands. Okay, each and every smallest thing, everything that has been put on it has seen how original I can put in it, and built it by my own hand.
So this BSA Gold Star holds a very sentimental note with me. Reason being that I have a scale model of the exact same motorcycle which I've had with me for years. And my little daughter Ziana has always seen it. And on the eve of my birthday is actually when this motorcycle was restored and ready. So I did one of those magician acts of showing her the bike and then closing her eyes. And we went down and poof. There it was, the same bike. And I'll always remember that moment, and I'm sure she will as well.
I think with the BSA, I don't really have very many fond memories with my dad, but I think I'm creating my own memories with this bike. This bike was restored by my now fiance, Shiraz. He taught me how to ride a bike actually, and 1 month into learning how to ride a bike, I think we kind of just knew that we were like, it was a perfect match between a carburetor and the engine composition. I found this image, like this spanking buff tank, and I said, listen, you gotta get my tank to look like this. I don't know what you do, I don't know how you do it, but this is a tank I want. So he walks into the house one day with his gleaming buff tank in his hand and said, here, I did it. It was sweat, blood and tears, but I did it for you.
She tried to convince me to get married to once she saw the way the tank was restored. Her father had collected a lot of parts over the years which were lying, found them out from each cupboard where they were, and then that's the final product that we put together. To teach her how to ride a bike was not very difficult. She was a quick learner. She learned, to my surprise, pretty well and pretty fast. But the moment she knew that now I have someone else to ride and I don't have to ride to maintain the bike and that, she's now taken a little easy on riding again.
Yes, boss, I have been to Bangalore by road on this vehicle, and whenever I have gone for any rallies, maybe to Bombay or to some other place, I have already ridden and gone.
The Plunger BSA has done many rides to Bombay. Fun, just ride around with friends in Bombay.
Very, very excited with the new Gold Star that is coming in. Looking forward to seeing it and getting my hands on one.
The thing is, for me, the Gold Star is not about the power, about the 500cc or the 350cc track machine. It's the emotion that it evokes within me. And I think it's a lovely machine to kind of reinvent and get on the road and get people to experience that same emotion with a motorcycle.
So with the new Gold Star, obviously it's not going to be the same. New technology, BS6 will be kicking in. So obviously better technology, better emissions, I guess. Ride will be much more faster, smoother. Take it anywhere, do whatever you want, park it and leave it anywhere. And you won't be scared that something is going to get stolen out of it. So yes, waiting to ride it.
Oh, super excited. I'm sure that the company that's bringing it in has paid attention to detail, and I'm sure that it's going to be a great machine. Very excited, a unique segment of having a 650 single. So thrilled and very excited and looking forward to it.
New bike is, I have not ridden a new bike up to now. Only after I ride, I'll be able to tell you what is the difference between both two.
Now that you've heard from these BSA aficionados, what are you waiting for? Go test ride the brand new BSA Gold Star 650 and maybe even get one and create such fond memories of yourself. Drop them in the comments below.
We have another gentleman by the name Mr. Farooq Bengali, who also owned a BSA Gold Star at one point. And he actually asked me if I could teach her how to ride a bike because they live in the same colony. And that's how it started. And then I was approached to teach her how to ride a bike. And then she approached me to marry. And then that's what happened ahead. That is true.
That is not true. He taught me how to ride a bike, to be very fair. But in that process, he was deciding to pop wheelies and stoppies and all these things. I think it was a cue to like kind of, you know, get me to...
No.
Okay,
she was doing her practice of her riding and balancing. I was doing my practice on the other side because it was an empty road.
We went to Bombay, it was 2 o'clock, and it was scorching heat. We started in the morning, but quite a few bikes failed, and because of failure we had to stay along with them. Fortunately, the Good Star and the this thing did not fail, but we were tired by the time it was 2 o'clock. There were no restaurants open, and we had to this thing. So one restaurant was open. He said, I have no food, I have nothing to give you to drink, but I can give you only breezer, because the keys of the breezer, this thing, are with me. So we had one breezer, and in the breezer we were hit so badly
We had to leave our motorcycles
we had to leave
there.
our motorcycles and go back to our hotels.
Hi, I'm Adil, and I don't think you need to know more about me, but that's my bike behind. It's a 1949 January 1 registered BMZ 0105, single cylinder, quarter liter, BSA C11.
Okay. Why BSA?
I got lucky. My dad's cousin bought it, and now I wanted to keep it in the family, and so I became the next owner. I don't know about that, to be honest, but I think it had got more to do with being ultra reliable, and he had just that much amount of money to spend on two wheels.
So again, what makes this BSA unique?
It's mine, number one. Number two is a bike which has been a single owner in the same family, made a lot of resonance for me. And thinking about longevity and reliability.
Any special memory of yours, him, and the bike?
I used to go on a ride with him whenever he used to come to Sholapur. But my best memory was when about 4.5 years ago, I got a call from his son Kaiwan, my cousin. He says, Adil, I want to know if you have a customer whom we can sell off dad's bike to. I said, yes, you have one immediately, and that's me. And I think that's the most striking thing about it.
So when do I get this BSA?
You'll get an autographed copy of the BSA brochure from me for sure.
Thank you.